Good afternoon, everybody. How is all of you? Yeah, how is all of you is perfect English. How is everybody doing? Let's go ahead and put that back on. Go ahead and fix this. Let's see. I can fix things again. Realized I changed things and then I can change it back. Have you ever seen that, Wacky? I made that ages ago. Very, very long time ago. And I use it every time I build Zoids because I'm very proud of it. But I think I made that like 4 years ago. How are you doing there, Wacky and Etched? You can see what we were working on today. Let me know if the music is too loud for you. I figure I'd give you all some music for this time because I realized I think most times that I build, I don't know if I actually have music playing. So I figure I'll give you some music. So let me know. Good. I am enjoying my day off as well. I've gotten some stuff done and gonna do this. I had, for anybody that was curious, I was planning on riding today, but Penguin's working from home, so it made more sense for me to do this today and probably ride tomorrow. So, because this is upstairs, and Penguin's office is downstairs, so just made the most sense. But yeah, so I used to do Zoids a little bit more than I do now. I think I'm trying to remember when, like, what I was making, because I do still have the last build we did. This is the last build that we did. The Koenig Wolf. I still have him. Seeing as it's one of my favorite Zoids of all time, I still have him up on my desktop. So that would explain it, because I did make that intro a long time ago. Though I built the Koenig Wolf here, but I don't know how often I did that. I think Panzer. Okay, that makes sense. I think Panzer was the one that I made. No, I couldn't have made the layout for because Panzer was in the layout. I don't know. Honestly, don't remember which one I built that for, unless it was just because I could. But yeah. I do. I have that one. I have all of the ordering sheets. I have all of the changing armor system Lagers now. I have Schneider, Jaeger, Panzer, the base, Liger 0X. I think that's all of them. Well, technically there's others, but I don't agree with that they exist. It's kind of like how Pokemon after like Gen 2 don't exist to me, and I know that's a hot take and people will hate me for that. Anything after the original 3 Zoids, Wilds, Fusers, all of those, I don't believe that those exist in my world. Cool thing about this, this Zoid I actually legitimately bought in Japan. I think this was in a Suragaya. Was it a Suragaya or was it a Mandrake? It might have been a Mandrake. I think it might have been Mandrake where I got this. But they had a lot. Jeez, Wacky. They had a lot of Zoids, and they did, if I remember right, they had Gojos the Ogre, and I so wanted to buy it. But it was still like $250, $270. It was, even like converted, not in yen, it was, I wanted it, because for those of you who haven't seen, Gojos the Ogre is probably one of the, if not the largest Zoid model kits. It's insane. The thing's massive, and I want it. But it's stupid. It's not cheap. It's insane. So yeah, it definitely is not an easy pick. And I mean, I can only imagine how long it would take to build. There we go. Oh no, Wacky. So this is the box for this. It's a monster. So let's see. I can guarantee you we are not finishing this today, not even in the slightest. This is going to be a monster of a build. Okay. Alright. So, of course, unfortunately, the first part is taking out all the plastic. Because these are all individually wrapped, and I get why they do it. It's just unfortunate. You're gonna work on Lego. Nice. There's so many people that get upset with Japan for how much they prepackage things. Like, you'll buy something, like like a candy or something, and it'll be packaged with a package inside of a package. I thought it was horrible too until I was there during the summer, and not the summer, the fall. And I get it now. If you've never been to Japan during humid season, which is like 7+ months of the year, you will not understand. Try being in Japan during humid season and you'll get it. It's miserable. There are so many pieces. This is gonna be insane. This is probably one that I will build both on and off stream. I know, I'm sorry, chat. Not everything will be streamed, otherwise this would take like 2 months for me to put this together, and I'll be sad. Just trying to find time to do this where I feel like it's reasonable is tough. I've had this for about 2 months, but I've been sick. So I finally put aside some time. I decided to take these 2 days off, today and tomorrow, just because I wanted to. Usually I only take PTO because I need to. I don't typically take it because I want to. And I know that's super flawed logic in the US. We're one of the only countries that lives like that, where we feel bad if we take time off, which is such a stupid thing, but it is what we do. Double checking as I put these back in, I can see what some of these are. I'm not gonna say exact figures, but I will tell you, seeing as it was our 10th anniversary, we went ham. You could legitimately do it for over half the cost, or less than half the cost of what we did. But we haven't been on a true trip for ourselves in almost 10 years. The last vacation that we took, legitimately took as a vacation and wasn't involving of any sense of work, was our honeymoon in 2015. So, plane tickets are some of the most stupidly expensive things that you'll encounter. Depending on where you're going from, you can get tickets. I mean, you're probably going to end up spending about $1,000 on tickets per person, unfortunately, just because of how far away it is. You're going to be hard pressed to get it for much cheaper than that. Nice. And we don't have snow. I'm very thankful for that. We do not have snow. Last I checked. Accommodations, depending on what you want to do, unless you really want the experience, I wouldn't do capsule hotels. You could get hotels as cheap as $60. The earlier you book, the better. Granted, then you're fighting against, will the yen go up or down? Right now, it's still pretty dang good. Food is dirt cheap. I mean, we could literally get a very good tasting dinner for the 2 of us total for $15. The one thing that I highly recommend people realizing is nothing opens in Japan until like 10, 11 a.m. Breakfast is almost not a thing. So if you don't get it from your hotel, you're going to have to either have 7-Eleven, basically convenies, or you're going to have to find something like the first day we found a Denny's, which was ironic. We didn't intend to, but we did more American food places on our first day there than intended. I think we did Denny's for breakfast because nothing was open yet, which we knew. We just didn't have any extra plans because it was our first day. And then we did McDonald's for lunch just because we wanted to try like how different is things there, and it's drastically different. It wasn't like having American McDonald's. So legitimately, you're talking between $1,500 to $2,000 for tickets. What we did is we flew through LA because LA was cheaper doing it that way. If you fly from inside of the US to Japan, it's probably more expensive. But if you go through someplace like LA, I mean, it cost like $150 to get tickets to LA, and going out of LA dropped the ticket price by half. So think of it like that. Is it worth, doing that little jump? Depending, JFK. Yeah, I mean, as long as you go from the coast, it's much cheaper. Hi, Mom. No, I took 2 days off for PTO because I felt like it. It's been chaos So I decided that I wanted a day off. So yeah, probably 1,500 to 2,000 for flights. Budget, if you want nice hotels, 100, 115 a day. If you're okay with like a moderate business hotel, which will be very small rooms, remember, 60 to 90. Food is dirt cheap. And you'll want to spend travel. Don't forget travel, because you will take trains everywhere for the most part. Trains and taxis. Trains are very cheap, but you will take them more than you ever planned for. So you'll spend a lot on trains. Don't get the JR Rail Pass; it's junk. Once they upped it by literally 100% of cost, it's useless. But you'll probably spend 10 to 20 bucks a day if you are traveling through like Tokyo, because you'll take the train a ton and it's super useful, but it will rack up because you have to swipe it every single time you get off the train, basically. So yeah, travel, definitely budget in travel, because travel will catch you off guard if you're not ready for it. And then if you're not planning on staying in one place for the entire time, you'll want to budget in, sorry, just all of a sudden my wrist buzzed because somebody's calling me. It's not my job though, which is good. I would laugh if I started stream and that's when my job decided to call me. Yamato Transport will send your luggage anywhere in the country for you as long as you have 24 hours. So like if you send it today, it'll get there tomorrow type thing. So you could always do that if you plan on going places, because you don't want to ever really have to bring your luggage anywhere, whether it be the train, the Shinkansen, taxis. If you're traveling in city, you could do a taxi, but you don't want to bring your luggage anywhere. And then you'll spend a ton of money. You'll spend more than you ever anticipated spending, and it's worth it. I hope that I covered everything. I probably went way off more than you anticipated, but sorry. I highly recommend anybody who's debating it, find a way to do it. It's worth it. It was incredible. It was one of the best experiences I've ever had. And I would go back in a heartbeat. So, but yeah, I mean, if you have any like specifics on top of that, feel free. I just don't want to say like legitimate cost, because what we paid to go was far more than anybody ever needs to spend, and we are well aware of that. But we had been saving for a while, and we wanted it to be, with our first trip, we just wanted it to be a very, very special trip, and so we kind of shelled out. But again, when you haven't gone on a true like vacation trip where it's just the two of you in almost 10 years, yeah, kind of, you want to do that every now and again. We took too long before we did it. But, as I mentioned, that's the difference in the U.S. work life. But yeah, I don't mind answering, like, on specifics. Yeah, no, they absolutely do. And this is, I mean, we went for a little over 2 weeks. Did we kind of go a little hard and get like first class on the way back or business class on the way back? Yes. That was not in our initial plans, and that definitely bumped up the cost, and I'm not ashamed to say that. Unfortunately, I didn't get to enjoy it too much, because that's when I really started getting sick. So that kind of sucked, but I think if I didn't have business class going back, it would have been 10 times more miserable, because I would have been stuck with somebody else. So, yeah. That actually helped more than we ever anticipated. Because had we not done that, I can't even fathom how miserable that would have been. It would have been horrible. Okay. Let's see. And, oh, goody. And then H is here. H16. But yeah, I know we never really did like a true Japan recap stream, but that's because I was just so sick that I didn't have it in me, and by the time like I thought about it, it felt like the time had passed. But yeah, if anybody has, wants to know anything that we did or anything or specifics, feel free. I do not mind. Oops, sorry. Poking you guys with the mic. Or poking you guys with the flag. Which one is N? C, N. Okay, that's N. N5. But yeah, let me tell you, if you're an otaku and you go to Japan, you're screwed. You will not bring enough money. I can 100% tell you where you should go. If you're looking for things like figures, Gundam, things like that. I did go to the Kotobukiya store in Akihabara, and my God, that was one of the most dangerous things to my wallet I've ever done in my life. Yeah, that was tough. I mean, granted, every store in Akiba was dangerous. I desperately wish we had things like Mandrake and Sotogaya and stuff like that here. Because, my God, those places were heaven. I mean, that's... hey, everybody has their goal. There's lots of sake places to try. I did try onsen. Personally, wasn't my kind of thing. Didn't really enjoy it a ton. But I know Penguin loved it, so... everybody has their own opinion of what's fun. Just wasn't my thing. I've never been, like, I don't love, like, super hot baths and stuff like that, so, yeah, I mean, it kind of made sense why I didn't enjoy it as much as she did. She loves lobster baths. It's never been my thing. But it was, yeah. I definitely am not the type to sit still. Legitimately, we left our hotel by 8 a.m. pretty much every day. And didn't return until like 8 or 10 o'clock. We spent next to no time in our hotel, which, I mean, is one of those things that we absolutely could have spent less on our hotel. But it is what it is. We did not anticipate how much time we would spend out and about, but it was so much fun to just wander around and just immerse ourselves in the culture. And that's legitimately what we did. I mean, we were told, you're foreigners, you're not going to have much, like, true interaction with the locals and stuff. That was a bunch of crap. Don't let anybody tell you that. I mean, we joke that in Nara, we were basically adopted by a Japanese family. It was so interesting. But lots of fun. J... where's J? Color is J. So, a lot of things that we heard. No, we're not... Neither of us have really watched the movies much. I know that sounds sacrilege to go to Japan and say that. But we're more, like... I don't want to say mainstream anime people, because that's not true. I consider that series to be, like... You don't have to be somebody that's interested in anime to have an interest in that. I don't know. It's just not something we've ever really watched. Okay, J8. But yeah, we definitely filled our suitcases. They were brimmed. But depending on what people want to do, I could definitely like recommend some things. Like one of the coolest things we did is we researched some of our favorite anime and went to the places where the art was based off of, and that was super cool. That was not something like we didn't expect to have as much of like an emotional resonance as we did, which is weird to say, I know. Really etched. That's impressive. But I mean, again, everybody has their own thing. I feel like it would still, like, you could find some of your old stuff that would still interest you. I promise you that. And I mean, the city feels so anime. Like, everything is lights. There's ads for everything everywhere. I mean, you can see anime ads and game ads all over the place. It's so bizarre. It would never be able to happen here because people would flip. People have such an issue with VTubers. If anime was as prominent as it is there, people would throw a fit constantly. I mean, I loved it. We did go to a collab cafe. Unfortunately, the one we went to was a bit of a letdown, but it's a cool experience. Like, you're going to a cafe that is entirely themed after a show that you like. So that was super unique. And that's one of the reasons we wanted to do it. It's that thing of, can't do this anywhere else. Yeah, a lot of people have biked it and said it's great. I hesitate with, like, it's the reason we didn't rent a car is I don't want to have to think about traffic laws and stuff like that. You will nearly get run over by bikes constantly because there's bikes everywhere, and you are not used to having bikes everywhere. So, and they are daredevils. They will get places whether you're in their way or not. It was so interesting. Where? Assume you go there? Yes. Okay. I haven't shown much yet because it's very small parts. But yeah, we did some mainstream stuff. We did a lot of not mainstream stuff. But we very much did it our way, and I think that's what I liked. One of the things we desperately didn't want to do, and we saw so many people do it that really showed us why we didn't want to do it, is we didn't want to have, like, a personal tour guide or something. And you could tell that the locals dealt with it, but you never got the same experience. And so I'm very happy that we didn't do that, because there was definitely some times where you could tell that the locals dealt with it, but they weren't always happy. Because it was somebody that was local taking people around, and they weren't getting immersed in the culture. They were just, like, by proxy experiencing it, which was weird. It's very hard to explain until you've witnessed it. But it felt, I don't know. I couldn't imagine doing that because you're not getting any of the experience. No worries. I will be here. I will probably be here for a couple hours working on this. Because I have nothing better to do right now. As weird as that sounds. Check this real quick. I had somebody call me related to when I worked in Walgreens 10 years ago. I have a lot of questions. I'm very curious to listen to that one later. What? Why? Why are you calling me? I have a lot of questions towards that. A lot. Like, and it's from when I ran the store, so. And I think I remember the name, but I don't understand. Why? All I know is I hope they're not asking for a reference, because I am not going to give a reference for how you worked 10 years ago. That is not... It's not helpful to anybody. Like, yeah, I was their manager. When were you their manager? 2015? Oh. Were they good then? I think. I don't remember. That's honestly, like, that's about how that call would go, is... How are they? They're not somebody that stands out as, like, this was the worst person in the world, so... Yeah. Do with that information as you will. That is literally the extent of what I would be able to tell them. There we go. I was wondering why it was having me put a second set of teeth in. I was very confused. Alright, KBK. And if at any point I'm not, like, showing you progress enough, let me know, and I will pause and show you for a second. I will get into this habit. I'm gonna guess it's gotta be... I don't have the live feed, like... If I was really responsible, I'd have the live feed, like, down here in front of me so I could see it consistently, but I don't. So... Chat is just gonna have to be my guide. If I am depriving you of consistent feed of images. I do think I got the camera angles better than I did last time, though. No matter, like, where I move, as long as it's over the desk somewhere, it should still be a camera shot. Which is always my goal, because I have a habit of dragging pieces outside of the camera shot, which is not helpful. Alright. It's a very interesting angle that you've given me for this image. Thankfully, I've built the Berserk Fury before, so I kind of have an idea of what it looks like, but that is the most bizarre angle you could have given me to try to explain that piece assembly. Okay. Hey, we moved a page. I talked a lot initially, though, so that's not entirely shocking. Nine and 16. 16. I do like how much this Zoid bucks the trend, though, because it's a very, like, baby pink. But everybody loves this thing. I mean, I do too, I'm not, you know. But it kind of, like, really set off the trend of, but it's pink. Yeah, well, it's cool. It's one of the strongest Zoids in any of the series. Deal with it. Vega was an interesting character, though. I wasn't a huge fan of Vega. Not that I didn't dislike him, I was very neutral on him. Granted, Zoid Zero was kind of... I enjoyed watching it for the fights and for the Zoids in it, but it did not hold up to comparison of Chaotic Force, or Chaotic Sentry and Guardian Force. It's a good way to hybrid them. Chaotic Force. Just the storyline just didn't have... It felt like it was the anime that kind of had a central storyline, but for the most part, most episodes were just like, and here's the fight. Okay, fight's over. We're gonna go to another fight. And then every now and again, it would come back to the storyline. So... Thank you for the raid. Welcome. I am doing something very, very different. Hopefully nobody is offended by Zoids. Well, I don't know if you'd be offended by Zoids. It's not Zwift, that's for sure. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that are confused as to what the hell I'm doing. This is my other love. And if you've never seen Zoids, you absolutely should do yourself a favor. There is no glue. That is the greatest thing about Zoids. There is no glue. It is all put together. So, I am very happy about that. Penguin got hit by that as well. So if anybody does anything, Penguin gets hit by the lights because the lights are downstairs. So anyway, sorry, I was distracted putting pieces together. Thank you so much for the raid, Manaqua. Hopefully you had a good stream. I am chilling, making Zoids. If you've never seen a Zoid, this is a good representation of what they look like. Think Gundam, but alive, in a sense. They all have a semi-sentience, so it's hard to describe. You should watch the show. Start off with Chaotic Sentry, and then watch Guardian Force. If you choose to watch anything beyond that, that is entirely up to you. But it's very good. A lot of fun. Very, very 2000s. So it is very dated, but it's good. So if you watch it, you do you. But it's one of my favorite things. And while we were in Japan, I managed to pick up a model kit. So I'm finally getting around to building it. It is a lot of work, but, well, I should say, here. There you go. It is a lot of fun. Usually, like, these things will probably take me probably about 10 hours if I'm not distracted like I am right now. But they're a lot of fun. And the biggest thing is they don't require glue, which is one of my favorite things. I used to, when I was a kid, I would kind of, like, put them all together in different ways and stuff like that. So yeah, it's very cool, very fun. The old ones that were made by Tomy actually had motors in them and they would actually move. But these are more posable and they don't have motors, so. How are you, Slow? But yeah, it is very, very fun. They're unique. A lot of people will know Gundam. That's kind of the mainstream, what people would associate with these kinds of kits. I have built a Gundam, I think, once in my life. They're cool, don't get me wrong. I do love Gundam, and I did enjoy G Gundam, which I know is probably one of the most not mainstream Gundams, but that was my pick. I watched some Gundam Seed and Gundam Wing, but those didn't capture my attention like G Gundam did. But if you want an anime that's based around large mechanical robots that shoot things. Gundam, I would agree, is mass-produced. Zoids is not. I feel like I would have a hard time saying mass-produced. They're not unique as what you're alluding to, yes. I would argue I don't think they're mass-produced because there's not a ton. I feel like Zoids are for the hobbyists in us that still latch onto this. Because so many of them now are based on pre-order, and then they'll do reruns later. No, you're not wrong. And trust me, you pay for them with these. This kit in the US is like $150. Thankfully, I didn't get it in the US, so I didn't pay that. But if you want to get these in the US at this size, you pay a very pretty penny. So, but like I said, I didn't get this in the US. I thankfully got this while I was in Japan, which is why I only got one. Also, because they take up a ton of suitcase room. This box is massive. But yeah, they're nowhere near as mass-produced as Gundam. Gundam, like, I dare you to find somewhere within a 50-mile radius of you that sells Zoids. I guarantee you can find one that sells Gundam. You would be very hard-pressed to find one that sells Zoids. And then try to find one that sells you them at a reasonable price. You won't. This is interesting. Thing that I love about these is they're very, very posable. And they look very cool. Hey, Rice. Yeah, we went out. That's weird. Oh, I see. Come back here. Oh, God. Oh, thank God it didn't go far. We went with... Good luck, Manakwa. Thank you for the raid. We went out with... 2 main bags, and we had them lumped. We had 2 internals. No, we did not buy any. We had 2 large bags, and we had 2 slightly smaller bags nested inside of the bags. Legitimately, we just pre-planned. We knew we were going to spend a lot of money. I feel like, is this supposed to be here? I don't feel like that's supposed to be here. And I'm going to regret that later, I'm sure. There we go. Yeah, no, it worked perfectly. We both had like a carry-on. Like I had a backpack, and then I had my roller bag, and inside my roller bag, I had another roller bag. It's basically how we did it. Highly suggest if you ever go, do that. It saved us so much time and effort, and we only unnested them in the last like 2 or 3 days. And like I said earlier, the luggage forwarding services in Japan are second to none, and I wish we had them in the US, because my God, did it make life 10 times easier. There it is. Like, when we flew in, we literally stopped at Yamato, said, hey, can you ship these to our hotel? They took them from us, and we didn't have to deal with our luggage for days. It was great. We just basically knew that we had a small portion of luggage on us in our backpacks that would get us through like a day or 2. And it's Japan, so nothing's ever missing. You can trust that if they say they're going to get something somewhere, they're going to get it there. So, and they did, and they never failed, and it was amazing. And I absolutely miss so much of that kind of stuff. The amount of service that they have there is just... That was the hardest part to give up, is to like come back and not have that. Sucks. Okay, how is this? What? Ah, okay. That makes more sense now. What? These instructions are... There are so many instructions that it is unclear in some places what it wants me to do. No, stay. I can tell it's gonna be a big boy, but... Oh, we play. All right. Like I've said before, if there's ever any point where I'm not showing things enough, let me know, and I will stop and kind of show off where I'm at. I tried to get the camera angles in a way that you could see a lot, but it is a small model, so I know that you're not always going to be able to see everything. And until we get to, you know, steps where everything starts getting larger, because right now we're literally just working on the head, there's only so much, you know, to show. Alright. That does not look like it needs to be worried about, which is great. I do love when we're focused on internal pieces, and so there's not much filing. This is absolutely something that I failed at when I used to build model kits, is I would not take the time to double check that I had gotten a clean cut, which also, if you decide to do model kits, get a good pair of nippers. My God, do they make a massive difference in the ability for you to get clean cuts. All right, this is... what the heck? This is so tight-knit on everything. What? This is so small. Eh. Okay. Oy vey. And I realize all of the part pieces are black right now, so it's very difficult to see because it's just assembling black pieces on black pieces. So there's not really much differentiation of what you're seeing, but the good thing is the outer armor of this is pink, so you'll kind of start to see things as we get to the pink armor. And when I say pink, I mean pink. That is not white. Gets slightly washed out by the light, but that is pink. Alright. I was joking about it earlier that they really like to kind of up the ante on this one for a lot of people and make people question how they feel about certain colors. And I love it. Wow. Okay. That is... Yep, I see what we just built. We just built a part of the neck piece so that this has what's called a charged particle cannon. And so it has a lot of fairings that basically allow the venting of atmosphere, I guess, because I don't think air is the right terminology. I think it's atmosphere. I'm not versed in charged particle cannon physics or whatever it falls under for the realm of science. But basically it has to take in things. I'm not even gonna pretend that I know. It's cool. And that means along its neck and its tail and its body, it has fairings that will open. And so it has that on the model, which is always awesome that it does that. Basically adheres to what it has in the show. So, to do that, you have to build a lot of small pieces to make it articulate. Which I should be able to show you once I put these two pieces on. If I'm not mistaken. Because I can tell the pieces that I just put on are articulating. And I got a bad clip on that one. Thankfully, usually when it's a light color, it usually sands pretty well and doesn't show too bad as long as you don't sand too far. There's certain colors that lend itself really well to being sanded and not showing errors. Oh, of course there's one there. That one probably won't be so nice. Because that's right on top. That's good enough. All right. Let's see. So that goes there. That goes there. All right. So, as I was saying, basically, those open and they close. And that's what I just spent all of that time doing, yes. Well, actually, that goes there. And that's what we just spent all that time doing. There's going to be a lot of that in this build. A lot. Because that is what Berserk Fury is known for, is its charged particle cannon. Very curious as to what this little piece it's showing me is. What is this? Not those. It's one of these. Definitely small. Okay. One. Go figure. It's one of these, like, different molded pieces. In the Zoids kits, you'll come across different types of molding, and I'm never truly sure which each one is, but some of them are like a flexible plastic, some of them are hard plastic. Depends on whether it needs to be, if it's part of an articulating piece or not. The non-articulating pieces will all be the hard plastic, and then anything articulating will be out of this kind of like slightly forgiving material. Feel like armor will probably end up on that, but I'm not going to take the chance. Okay. Alright. What even is this piece? What? What on earth? Interesting. Okay. I'm very curious to see how some of these come together. Because this is very interesting. PC1? What? No, PCI. Ah, okay, I see. There are many times that I have no idea what I'm putting together until it's finished. Okay, we have another one of those eye pieces. It's one of those things you just blindly trust the instructions and go, alright, sure. And this is B on the other side. Some very interesting music in my ears right now. Just kind of going with it. Sometimes it's better not to ask questions, just let it happen. Got a really bad clip on that one. Very much sounds like Naruto music, but it's not. But it feels like it would be right at home as a Naruto intro. If anybody has ever watched Naruto, you might understand. Alright. So I have to do this again. Okay. Okay. I think I've got that settled in. It's weird. Alright. You go there. No. Alright. I have no idea what that's going to be. Hey, Rathik, how's it going? I'm so confused as to what part of these parts are. It's very much par for course when building these things, though, but... who knows? Okay, I'm fairly certain A is down at the bottom of this pile, which is unfortunate. It is indeed. Go figure. Alright, what do I need from A? You'd think that I would have a better organization method for this, having built so many of these, but I don't. Ah, it's not too bad. One day off, so I can't complain too much. Why did I put A away in another one? Paying attention. And then PCA. So we're building something that moves. That much is obvious. Leave that. Leave that. Yeah, probably gonna insert somewhere, but I'll still take it down a little bit. How did that get there? That's interesting. And I did it again, so I know exactly how that happened. Okay, cool. Alright. Some really interesting parts that I've never seen before. Whew. What is this for? Okay. I try to guess, but it doesn't work. I'm not gonna get ahead of this, I'm sure. Like, part of me wants to say tail, but I don't think we'd be building the tail right now. No, it still says body. We're no longer in the head, so this is part of the body. What? What is this? Like I said, I know it's articulating, but... Okay. Oh, God. Okay, that is not safe to move yet. That is short. Okay, we're gonna go into the main body now, so... Interesting. I'm really curious to see where this, like, shakes out in a section of the main body. That's weird. No, the neck is already done, because that's here. Because otherwise, that would have been my guess, too. But this looks like it's going in the core of the body. I guess it's the base of the neck? I don't know. Unless I guess the neck can be that long. Very, very curious. Why did you put the sprue in such an unpleasant place? There's no good way to bring that down. I didn't do much better with trying to trim it, but... Double user error. It's definitely gonna... Ow. That is a very sharp piece. Gonna leave that alone. Gonna definitely add some bulk immediately. Alright. So this goes this way. What? Okay. And then PCN. You're gonna go up here. This is a piece I'm used to. That goes in there. Okay, so that's gonna solidify that. That makes sense. I'm gonna add in the other side. Okay, I think I got a hold up on that time. It's one of those things, like, normally I'm moderately okay at, like, keeping something entertaining going while I'm doing stuff on stream, but with Zoids, it's so difficult. I mean, partially because this isn't something I do all the time, so I'm sure if I did this as, like, a consistent, it would be a little bit more straightforward. Okay. So now, that does extend and retract, so I guess it might be part of the neck and it's just a really long neck? Because that does, like, it might fit there. Interesting. But, as is with Zoids, we're just going to move on and go to something different now. Okay, F, are you going to be in this pile? That's A. These are I. I'm gonna put you over there because you're small. There's F. Alright, you're gonna go back here. You demand entertainment. I'm sorry, Rice. Yeah, it's one of those tough things, Rathic. Where's the line for somebody to be interested in this? Because this is a lot of effort and time commitment. Oh, I hate when it says ×2. It's so annoying. A10. It's one of the most annoying instructions that you can ever get in a kit build or Lego. Do this 5 times. I don't wanna. Give me something better. Find a way to make this more interesting. Okay, put that in there. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. It definitely doesn't. And I'm sure part of it is, like, Lego is typically super colorful all the way through and, like, very visually stimulating. Whereas, like, right now, I couldn't tell you what piece I'm building. So it's that tough thing that trying to, like, you don't really get a true sense of what you're building until it's done. And you have to kind of keep yourself interested, I guess. So... that. PCC. And then F2. Fair. That's fair, C. I will 100% give you that one. That is, yeah. I think that's what keeps me coming back to these, is I do like the time commitment. I will agree, like, Lego, I think, can be a little bit more mindless in the sense that you typically, like, mentally don't have to commit as much, I would say. But how are you, C? Hero escape. No. Aware of it, never got into it. Yeah, same Rice. The issue for me, though, is unlike Zoids, it just doesn't have the same display aspect for me. This is interesting. What? Okay. Okay, that goes there. This is not Zwift. You are correct. I had to change plans because Penguin was working today. So she's working from home. How are you, Weewoo? Curious as to what that is. Alright, F3. You blew up in your race today? That's unfortunate. You didn't get to hear the Weewoo? I heard it. Did you not hear it? Did anybody hear the Weewoo? Because that would be weird. I don't know how I... No, you're not. Huh. Interesting. All right. Try now. Maybe. He says entirely unconfidently. What am I building? I am building Berserk Fury. So, actually, if you look right there.
Now, the main problem area is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort. It's like a visceral reaction of discontent coming from this area. This area is not good either. I hate this, but I'm mainly worried about this.
Fair. Yeah, I realized it's because Lumia is not running on this PC, it's running downstairs, which means that the sound isn't playing through this computer for me to capture, so I needed to have it capture through the browser source. Simple enough. Just did not know it wasn't capturing. All right. It's one of those things. It's a very easy fix. You just have to know it's not functioning in order to fix it. So why did you blow up in your race, sir? What happened? Did you have a moment like I did? Granted, I knew mine was coming. Mine was not a surprise to me. I had a feeling it was coming. I'm not gonna pretend it wasn't. All right. Yeah, I mean, that's fair, see. Ah, so you're probably overtrained. You've raced too much. That's unfortunate, Batzelt. Been there. Many, many, many times. It's actually probably one of the reasons I'm not riding today as well. Because I realized I shouldn't. I know you will, Bath Salts. I am not surprised. There we go. I mean, I'm not one to talk, I do the same thing. Okay. Interesting. There we go. Interesting. Model kits are always going to be pricey, unfortunately. You're never going to find them getting much better. I can pretty much tell you that. I would not hold out for that to get any better. As much as I would like to tell you otherwise. I've been doing this for many, many years, and they've never gotten cheaper. If anything, they've gotten more expensive. New London route? Which London route? Which one are you talking about? Is it London Flat or something? Okay. That one always confuses me because I feel like that's always been a route, but I know it's not. I don't know. It's weird. There's so many London this and that. Just weird. What do you mean you don't have to worry about cats? When is that gonna happen? We have 2 cats. And I promise you, they've tried. It's all about how you store them, and how you care for them. All of our Zoids and such are in a safe place. Yeah, I can pretty much tell you that I have tried them, Rathic, and if you're not using something that doesn't need supports, it's not going to work. You can pretty much guarantee that that was one of the first things that I tried when I got a 3D printer. Yes, wee woo. Real life, bath salts. Talking about trying to build models with cats. But yeah, Rathic, it's typically those kinds of models are built without any real ability to print them. Because I will, but I still don't think it's going to be able to. Like, we're talking, can you print this freestanding? No. It's not going to work in a regular filament printer. You need a resin printer or something that doesn't rely on supports in a sense like that. Because basically it's like a Liger broken down into like 10 pieces. It's just not feasible in a regular filament printer. It's not going to be able to happen. Yeah, you can see the dead one back there. Where are you going? Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I know, right? Stupid gravity. Trust me, there's so many things I've tried to print, and they've failed spectacularly, and it sucks. I've spent far too much time trying to print things.
It's a trap!
True. Yeah, and the issue is, see, I feel like too many people are uploading, I don't want to say garbage, but essentially garbage to print sites that they're like, yeah, I 3D modeled this. And it's like, yeah, but you didn't 3D model it in such a way that it can actually be printed feasibly. You 3D modeled something that somebody is really, really interested in, and now are stuck staring at because there's no way to actually get that into the real world. The only way I can see it happening is if you watch Adam Savage's, one of his latest videos on a new 3D printer that he got, and it's a nylon printer, I think, if I remember right. And it basically prints through nylon dust or whatever. It prints into dust, basically. And so it doesn't really require supports. You'd probably need something like that in order to print something. Granted, it can't be assembled, because as they experienced, unless you have certain materials, it doesn't stretch. It was great to watch them experience that and be like, ah, yep, we've all been there. Yeah, unfortunately, I am not one of those, see. I do not have the time or knowledge in order to spend doing that. Q? That's not Q. That's Q. Nice, Wacky. So yeah, that's something that I've very much had to be very careful of nowadays, is learning exactly what actually can be printed and what is a waste of time and effort because it's never going to be printed. I feel like I've learned a lot, which sucks that you kind of have to go through that, but it is what it is. No. 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 Be good and get on there. Really? I don't think that was something that they covered, but it's very new to him, so I'm sure they'll get to that. What the heck? Yeah, this is going on the right spot. It's just... Thank you. Adam is definitely one of the people that I've watched to get an idea of exactly how these things work and what not to spend my time and effort on. I do appreciate, yeah, no, exactly. That's exactly, I was reading the comments and that was the issue is they faced the main problem, that so many people have, is there's still so little experience in the field, that people just still don't have it right, which I was just about to say, that's one of the things I love about watching Adam Savage, is he includes all his fails. He's not going to shy away from being like, yeah, we screwed up. Like, we did all of this and printed all of this and wasted tons of time and effort. Then we screwed up. I mean, it did bug me, though, how they kind of threw safety precautions out the window, and didn't wear some pretty solid PPE, but nice, Wacky. I'm jealous, see. Like, I know that they had the vacuum sucking at the back of that chamber, but is it really worth testing if it's good enough? I mean, there's not enough knowledge about that kind of stuff yet that, I don't know, I'd be wearing a respirator. Yes, if you didn't know, Juke, Adam Savage actually hosts a YouTube channel called Tested. He has been uploading stuff pretty much ever since. Almost exclusively. Tested is his baby. And he does a lot of maker projects. I've been watching it for years. Yeah, safety third. Honestly, considering all the stuff they've done, you know. But yeah, if you want to watch a very talented maker, go watch Tested. It's a lot of fun. And that's exactly what it is, C, is it's that thing of, if you don't know, why would you take the chance? I mean, the thing that bugs me is there's a hood that comes down with rubber gloves. And you don't use that? Like, I don't know. That rubbed me the wrong way. It's just that thing of you don't know. And I mean, he starts the whole video of going, you know, we don't know what's going to happen to PLA in, 20 years. Yeah, you don't know what all of that's going to do to your lungs either. Normally, Adam is better than that. That caught me off guard that he kind of just like, whatever. Because I think Adam tries to be a role model for younger generations. Really? Tested? I love Tested. I will admit, I know it's me, in my opinion. I'm not a huge fan of the videos with Norm. Norm isn't one of my picks, but when it's Adam and his builds, like, I'm not gonna lie, some of my favorite content was when he was doing his COVID builds, and it was just him in the shop with no camera crew and anything. It was very cool to watch. Some people might like some of the other people on the channel. My main pick is still just Adam. See, but you also have experience in that, C. I like, for me, I would want to do at least like 5 or 10 builds with all of the correct PPE until I was like, yeah, okay, I can see that this is functioning correctly. You have experience in this and you can tell that, yes, this is functioning. This is their first one after the guy left. Formlabs left and they're like, screw it. We don't need that. It's like, why? But you also don't run a channel that's trying to teach people how to do things the right way. Like, that's the other big thing, is you're trying to be a role model. That's one of the big tenets of his channel, is trying to get people involved in, engineering and stuff. So, teach people how to do it the right way. Can you settle? Get your butt in there. Why? This piece will not settle. That was dumb. That's paper. Why? Why? What is wrong with you? Nice, Wacky. Yeah, I too am very curious to see. Because, I mean, usually he's pretty good about taking comments to heart, but that one was a little jarring. It's like the guy from Formlabs just left. At least give it a little bit. Because they have gotten onto him before of some of his habits where he's not exactly kosher. The video just... What? Which video? I don't see anything different. Did something change? This piece will not stay. I wonder if it's trying to play an ad and failing. I can tell you that's not from me. What the heck? Don't make me pull out the glue, because I'll pull out the glue. I have super glue right there. Why? What are you doing? This is too tight of a fit, people. Okay, I think it might have settled. That was bizarre. I don't know why the hell that was so difficult. I haven't had a piece like that in forever. Literally took like 5 minutes for that. I was watching stream yesterday or the day before. And when they do ads, they're now trying to do like less interruptive ads, so they're doing like banner ads, and it'll shrink the player and like color the outside, and it'll play something there. So if it was something like that, it is a little jarring though. Because I kept catching it out of the corner of my eye when it changed colors and stuff, and it was kind of, it did it a lot. But I mean, if it's that or actually playing an ad, then I'll take that, I guess. I really wish we could figure out how to get model kits without sprues. I know that's not really possible because of how the molding process is done, but sprues just make model kits so much less pretty. And I know part of that's me not having the same level of skill that some people have, but I would like to think that I'm more skilled than like maybe 50% of average model builders, seeing as I've done this so long. And it still doesn't look great, depending on the color. Gotcha, yeah. They've been doing that lately, and I don't know. I get it. They're trying to find a way to get their money without having it be super intrusive, because, yeah. But, I don't know. I don't know which one's worse. Everybody knows Twitch isn't really profitable right now, so I'm gonna have to deal with it if we still want to have a place to be. Unfortunately. Alright, so here. I'm assume. That goes there. Okay. And then this. Goes there. That goes there. Alright. We have a core. Kind of. We can't really call it a core because Zoids actually have cores. Alright. F is up here. F1 and 6. Interesting how you've done this. Curious. It is what it is, though. No, I think that ship sailed a while ago, see, unfortunately. I think Amazon is going to kind of keep cutting into it until something gets Amazon to sell, the platform goes under, or somehow they miraculously make money. And only one of those is legitimately plausible, I feel like. That's interesting. I do feel like it is a bit of a sinking ship. And And it doesn't help when you've got platforms like Kick, which are sponsored or owned by a casino, and kind of can just do whatever the heck they want. And be like, yeah, look at us. And it's like, yeah, you're owned by somebody who runs gambling. Like, I don't... Yeah, I mean, we've kind of seen that over the years, as you've seen, like, they've removed certain quality levels from certain countries, like South Korea. They removed just about everything from, so it's almost like they've kind of removed Korea from the platform because it's not viable to be a streamer there anymore. Like, there's no clips. You can't stream over a certain quality and stuff, so it's like, I feel like they'll kind of do that, probably. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities that they're not taking. And you've got a CEO who just kind of isn't, like, super favorable with its own company because he keeps doing things that don't exactly seem like the most responsible thing. But I don't own the company, and I'm just a small streamer on it, so... Doesn't super matter to me. As long as I can keep streaming for charity, that's all I really care about. Alright. Money talk, see. Why do people host the Olympics anymore? If you can figure that out, then you'll figure out a lot of answers. I'll give you a hint. Nobody really has that answer, I don't think. The Olympics haven't been profitable in forever, and yet people still keep hosting that for some stupid reason. Alright. There you are. Ah, that's why I'm not getting better cuts. I picked up the wrong stupid clippers. You go away. You're gonna make me make horrible cuts. I mean, that's literally it. And I would throw away the money portion because I don't think there's been a profitable Olympics in, oh God, I don't even know how long. Everybody thinks they can change it and rewrite the script and make money out of it, and it never happens. And instead, you end up with a ton of dilapidated stadiums. There was one country that did okay because they reused everything that they built. But that's really, like, unless you do that, you're just burying yourself in debt. It's bizarre. It's one of those things that, and I feel like a lot of sports, there are sports that it is, like, the Olympics is critical, but, like, I know in cycling, nobody cares. So it's kind of becoming that thing where, you know, is it really the pinnacle of sport for some of these anymore? Yeah, exactly. They advertise in some of the athletes, yeah. I mean, there's some of the athletes that it actually makes them go broke, which is insanity. I think Flava Flav had to actually sponsor some of the U.S. Females because the U.S. wasn't sponsoring them. It's like, that's what? It's so ridiculous. Okay. And then... Okay. So that piece. And then we'll go to the other side. Yeah, I think it was Flava Flav, and I think Snoop played a part as well in helping pay the way for some people who legitimately weren't going to be able to go to the Olympics if they weren't helped. Which is just depressing. Of course, they'll come home heroes if they win, but if they don't win, then you're nothing. Because that's how everybody sees the Olympics, depressing as that is. Oh, cool, you went to the Olympics, but you didn't win? Well, that sucks. Get back to work. Oh, I mean, I feel like that's the answer to a lot of things, see. But, unfortunately, the hidden powers that be have a lot of control over these things. And that is why, Hina, certain things will never happen. I mean, look at how many sports are either sponsored by betting or oil industries. And that'll tell you all you need to know about sport. Like, even in cycling, there's so many cycling teams that are sponsored by gambling companies. It's insane. Such a bizarre world. Okay. There we go. Okay. And then back to B. Depending on which sport you look at, F1 still has a ton of crypto sponsors, unfortunately. Red Bull lost one, but that was just because their contract was up. And one or the other didn't re-up. It still is staggering how much crypto still has a hold on things, despite the fact that it's so unregulated. It is bizarre to me. Where is this going? Huh? I think that's where that goes. That's interesting. Yeah, exactly, Rice. If anybody doesn't watch CoffeeZilla, it's probably worth watching because it's just ridiculous. The things that are happening that are ironically unregulated, and you don't really, for the most part, unless you really screw up big, in the sense of like causing mass mayhem, nothing really happens, which is terrifying. I don't understand how that happens. Eh? Okay, I think I understand how this fits. Eh, I'm back here. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all it is now, see, unfortunately. I mean, I get the logic of it, but the fact that nobody has stepped in to regulate it has just made it absolutely horrible. And I mean, I will never respect anybody that's involved in it right now. No offense, just because you can't, I can never trust it. There's no way to trust anything. It's just so dangerous. I know there is positives, because I see one of the St. Jude team members tweet about what they've done for it, or what it's done for them, but All of the heartbreak it has created and the rug pulls and all the ridiculousness that it creates, it's just... Nope. It has no credibility left. Did I really butcher cutting that piece that bad? Yeah, I did. Wow. All right. Okay. Okay, these, I need to do these in order, apparently. Interesting. This is a very, very different from any other model I've assembled for Zoids. Not a bad thing, because you kind of get sick of all the ligers and everything, because they're all so similar. Everything is just like, you build the core, and then it's like, do this 4 times, do this 4 times. Because they just repeat so much of the same concept steps. Alright, where is this going? These are some of the most poorly done steps, I can tell you that much, though. Okay, so it does go this way. Okay, no. Yeah, well, and unfortunately, people have realized that you can do a lot of things and people don't understand any better. And because of that, it's now heavily abused. What on earth? There we go. Okay. I think that's how that goes. This goes here. Ah, come back. Okay. That's cool. It has like, where's the camera? It has neck plating. That's really cool. That's interesting. Okay. All right. That's pretty awesome. Took me a minute to understand how that works, but that's super unique. I've not seen that before. That's a really, really cool touch. And it's all articulated, so it like follows the body. That's really cool. This is definitely one of the more unique ones where I haven't built any of this. I'm trying to think of what it falls under, like the Genosaur, the Genobreaker. It's not the Breaker family because it evolves into this, which isn't really a breaker. So the Soars, I don't know. Whatever you would call this series. I do want the Genobreaker, though. I have it in the old Tomy models, but it's not great. It definitely does not have this level of intricacy. No. This is the most painful piece to get on. There we go. All right. Figured it on that one. Okay. Second time is always easier than the first. That's pretty cool. Okay. That's pretty awesome. I like that. All right, now we actually are going to build the core pod. I joked about it having a core. Now we're actually going to build a core. And as I finish this, tip for anybody doing model building. Never throw away the sprues until you have 100% finished the model and know you're not missing anything. The amount of times that I have accidentally missed a tiny little step that wasn't consequential until almost right at the end. And if you save your sprues, chances are you will find that you missed something somewhere. Cannot count the times I have done that. Oh, goody, we get to deal with this stupid thing. The little gem that is liable to go flying. Hate trying to deal with that stupid thing. Zoid core is here. Alright. Zoid core. Ah, okay, that actually was one of the easiest pieces to put in. Normally it's not that nice. I've never had a core go in that peacefully. Oh, right, there's a place that's supposed to settle, duh. It doesn't roll around freely, you actually settle it in. Built how many of these? Oh. I didn't know the core went there. Interesting. Oh, needs a piece. J10. Duh. Core. Very important piece to guard. Core go boom. Zoid go bleh. Of course it would have a core protector, you derp. There you go. I did not know the core for the Berserk was in the neck. That's odd. That's a sprue finished. That's a win. It's always nice when you have that. The amount of sprues I have left, though. This is not going to be a short build. Alright, and J1. That tracks. Alright. So this... And this goes... Cool. We have armor. We have another page done. Cool, we get to put on more armor. So we're on to L. Okay, L18. $16 and $13. Jeez, these are gigantic pieces. My playlist is playing so much auto right now. Not complaining. Just very interesting. I like that this is... I put on J-pop stress relievers, and apparently auto is a J-pop stress reliever. I don't know if everybody would agree with that. I mean, I'm good with it. It's like people would always, when I was younger, people would be like, why do you listen to like Disturbed and stuff so much? Doesn't it make you angry? And I'm like, no, it calms me down. You know how they say fight fire with fire? I feel like that's, you know? Talk to a lot of people that say the same thing. Okay. Oh. Oh, those are not the right pieces for this step. Well, I've got the pieces for the next step. I'm like, why aren't these pieces matching? Helps if you cut out the right pieces. It's the exact reason why you don't cut things out ahead of time. You do not cut things until you need them. You will get lost. Despite belief, these are not labeled once you cut them. I think I have had one kit where they were labeled still. But that is a very rare thing. Then it has to be built into the molding, and that's just extra effort. Do you want your model kit to cost an extra 20 bucks? Because that's how you get your model kit to cost an extra 20 bucks. I'll pick my battles and just have the model kit cost less and be more careful. I would be curious to have somebody who, like, not professionally builds models, but, like, who consistently builds models, look at how I build them and be like, how do I do? Is this how you're supposed to do it? Or am I, like, absolutely butchering this? Would I change things? Probably not. But would it be interesting to know? Yes. Right concept, wrong angle. There we go. It's all about finding the right angle for that to work. Now I can go to the next step, which I actually did cut out the right pieces for. Well, except for one. I keep smacking you guys with parts, and I'm sorry. As I do it again. You know, it doesn't help to apologize if you keep doing it. Oops. Alright, so this goes on. That's pretty straightforward. That goes there. Nope, nope. Nope. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Oh, God. Here's one of those stupid steps. Do this 3 times. Because we now have this. So that's the body. So body and head are more or less done. All right, where is E? What color is E? I think E is probably going to be gray, isn't it? Or, well, black, I guess. Black than gray. There are times that I wish it would tell me whether this was going to be a visible piece or not, so I know, do I bother spending time filing it, or do I just kind of aim for a clean cut and go with that? Because that noise. I know that's not going to be a thing, but it'd be helpful. Need to. Did not realize that was going to cut it free. And then this. I have absolutely finished models with a piece missing before. I have zero shame in admitting this. There are times when it is just not worth it. If it is a small enough piece, bye. I will 100% admit to doing that. I'm going to assume these are internal pieces and not spend too much time on these. Basically, with a kit like this, for the most part, if it's not the armor color, it's unlikely to be seen. Ugh, that's so frustrating. I've definitely had model kits where I'm like, I don't think this fits like you think it should fit. Usually, Kotobukiya models are not like that, because the quality control is just that high. I mean, you also are paying a premium for it, but I've definitely had lower end model kits where it's like, I understand your instructions say it should do this. The pieces I have in my hand do not agree. Yeah, I got those close enough that I'm just not going to worry about that. All right. Yeah, but with Zoids... Oh, you cut it out a little. Oh. I've had parts that just didn't match. These are usually the ones that fly away on me. These tiny little stupid things. Yeah, no, I've definitely had them where I've screwed them up. Glue fixes a lot, though. There's a time and a place for glue if you screw something up. All right. Interesting. 9, 11, and 12. Definitely working on the tail now. Oh yeah, no, it's one of those where you're like, I get it, and I get that it's gonna make it look, you know, so much better when it's done. But there's a point where I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. Before I sand anything, I'll always be like, am I gonna make it look better, or am I gonna make it look worse? And I know the answer is usually going to make it look worse. Interesting. Okay, is C one of these? That's E. A. And before anybody says C is in chat, I'm going to smack you. I know you're here. E, A, E, E, G, G. F, H. Ah, there it is. One of these tiny ones. That's weird. But expect nothing less from my chat. My community is the definition of where there's a will, there's a way. All right. Ah, okay. I know. Okay. A... Nope. G... Berserk. Oh my god. These pieces. They're gonna be the death of me. Okay, and then we need H. I see what we're doing now. The good thing is, having built a Berserk Fury before, I get what this is doing, but jeez. This is gonna be, until each step is finished, this is gonna be delicate. Like, I'm excited to show you, because I can tell where we're headed. But, oy vey. Okay. Okay. No. No. What did I say about this being delicate? All right, C2. Trying to put this piece on is going to be a nightmare. Maybe not. Okay. All right. That's one. Get to do this 2 more times. Again, it's cool. Just, oh, what a pain. H8. All right. Leave those because those are close enough. This I know is not going to get seen now. Yeah, get back there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So. Okay. Nope. Oy vey. I did that backwards. Dang it. Nope. Get back here. I hate this. No, stop. 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 All right, that's in. Okay, A17, H6. Okay, and then we need one of these pieces. I think I got that close enough where I'm happy with that. Happy with that. Happy with that. Oh boy, these are getting smaller, which makes this even more frustrating. All right. Cool. Okay. No! I accidentally dropped it. There's just so much auto in this playlist. Again, not complaining, but you can't really call it anything but like an auto playlist. Auto playlist. Terrible joke. All right. One more time after this. Okay. That one went together nicely. All right. Last section of this, C5. And then looks like we do the end piece of the tail. Cool. All right. Stop it. Probably should switch out my sanding stick. I've been using that one for a while. That, and then 4 and 3. This one is going to be the biggest bear because it's the smallest piece. One, yes. Okay. Alright, that one I'm gonna ignore because it's not gonna be noticeable. It's a great selling point for them. That's like that triggering memories. English class. I think it was like in middle school. Writing stories. And I, for life of me, could not remember a large version of a wand. So through the entire story, I kept calling it a walking stick. I finished the story, turned it in, and remembered, ah, right. It's called a staff. Imagine taking all of the energy out of a story because you can't remember the freaking word for staff. Had no weight to the story. Like, that's Jesus. Ruined the entire story. Like, I was pretty happy with it until I encountered that. And I'm like, oh my god. No! You're too small of a piece. Come back. Nope. Yeah, God. I knew this was gonna be bad. I didn't think it was gonna be this bad. Oh, it's so small. Okay. I think you're in. I think we're good. No. You can do it. Come on. Come on. Come on. No. No. Oh my god. I don't think I can describe how maddening this is. It's such small pieces, and there's 2 pinholes that 2 pieces have to go into, and a slide that a 3rd one has to go into. Okay. No. No! I had it. Okay. No. Stop. Stop it. And I basically have to get them to come out to a certain extent so I can put the parts in. No! I hate this. Where's the other piece I need? I know I need this piece. Maddening, I tell you. I knew this part was gonna be so frustrating. I didn't realize until too late that the pieces were getting smaller. Such a good song. I'm gonna say this is the outro to... I hate it. Tacto P? Because it's not the intro. I think. I'm not 100% certain. Oh, thank God. Looney! D! How are you? Welcome, welcome! I'm fighting with model kits right now. It's a thing. I finished it. The small piece. But my God. How are you, Cinder? How are you, D? So, for those curious, this is currently what I'm working on. If you've never seen a Zoid, they don't necessarily look like this, but they essentially have this concept. Very posable, very, very cool figures. This is one that I bought while I was in Japan, and I finally am getting the chance to build it. I know, a man with instructions. What is the world coming to? How are you, Buddha? But thank you for the raid. Welcome in. Hopefully you had a good stream. I think I just finished the smallest piece. No. I didn't. Although I don't think the next piece has any mobility to it. So there's that. So yeah, if you'd like to see, this is currently what we're building. Oh, forgot I have it actually the correct direction for chat, so. But yeah, this was bought in Japan while I was there for much cheaper than I can get it here, which is why I bought it. But I was just dealing with very, very annoying small parts, which when it's finished is going to be very cool, and I know that. But oh my God, when you're trying to deal with them in the moment, it's so annoying. So yeah, don't mind me. I'm coping. That's where I'm at right now. Thank you for the follow, Cinder. And I should note, this is not a super common occurrence, partially because Zoids cost stupid expensive amounts. Thank you for the follow, Truism. I am mainly a Zwift streamer. My wife does gaming and creative at time to time. This is just my, if I can, this is what I like to do. But to give you an idea, this model kit in the US is something like 150 bucks. So not something I can afford to do very often. So I do it when I can. 2 and 4. Oh, I see. Okay. So, and I do attempt to read chat as frequently as I can. However, I do kind of get tunnel vision working on this. So I apologize if I ignore chat for a moment while I'm working on this section. It is absolutely nothing personal. Did I do the thing? You remember how I said don't get rid of sprues until you're done? Man, did I not think it would come back to bite me this quick. At least I'm honest. The flower sets from Lego are awesome. But again, the tough thing that I always fight with Lego, what do you do when they're done with them? I mean, thankfully, the botanical set is kind of pretty. So it's easier to display, but it's that thing of Lego collects dust so easy. There's so many small pieces that dust can collect on, and it's so difficult to try to clean it. So that's always my fight with Lego. I love them, but I honestly, I can't reason it anymore. These are more, I don't want to say ornate, because I don't know if ornate's the correct word that I'm looking for. I don't know. I have I'm not the flower sets. Okay, now you've interested me. Oh, interesting. I have not seen that. Huh. That's pretty cool. I have not seen that one. don't normally click on links in the middle of the stream, but this is one that's typically easier for me to do than my normal stream. But yeah, also, if you enjoy Infinity Nikki, my wife has been playing that a little bit more frequently, so you might be able to convince her if you want to see an Infinity Nikki stream. But I leave that up to you. That's on you, chat. Oh. I'm confused. What? Weird music in my ears. I feel like you're supposed to go together, but you're not. And I am the confused. Helps if you cut out the right piece. Falling to pieces over here, literally and figuratively. Hey, at least I followed my own warning that I gave and didn't immediately screw that one up. It's a win that I'll take. It's rare that I get that opportunity to follow what I say. If anything, I am usually the polar opposite and get it entirely wrong. Okay, where did you go? There? Okay. No, God. More small pieces. Why do you hate me? Stop it. Stop it. Stay. At least I already cut out the other piece. Oh, you... Stupid thing. I mean, hey, at least you can't say my name's a lie. I'm honest about it. I'm enjoying that way too much. Build a couple of model... Build a couple of model kits and you'll want to do the same thing. Get back here! No! This thing is fighting me every step of the way. You know what I said about not having any small parts left to deal with? It was a lie. Seriously, I'm eating my words faster than I ever have on a stream before. Never happens this fast. Punishment has never been so swift. Alright, now we get some color. Oh, not L. Not that. Not that. Oh. It was a small one. All the way at the bottom again. Gosh darn it. How do I do this to myself? Why am I so bad at prepping? Again, I've built these model kits. How many times did I still get this all wrong? Further proving Rice's point, which I don't like. Why did that... There wasn't even an emote there. I'm confused. Lumia, have you lost your marbles? Okay. Alright, well this is pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's... Again, this is why I love building Zoids, is it's that thing of, as you put things together, it's like, okay, that's kind of cool. Well, that's a unique way to do that. Like, you just keep finding things where you're like, didn't expect that. I constantly have that with Zoids, where I'm just like, how did you think of this? Like, the engineering behind these things is just staggering sometimes. Like, this is somebody's job to figure this kind of stuff out. I'm super jealous. Not that I have the skills to do this myself. Should preface that very, very early on. There we go. It's like that's not sitting right for some reason. There we go. Alright. So, it now splits and splits. That's really cool. Alright. Where is V? V this. V is this. Now we get to put this together. Eh? Yeah, get back here. No, not you two. Okay. Okay. This is so reminiscent. Having built a Berserk Fuhrer before, this feels so interesting. I'm like, I know where we're going with these pieces. Which makes it that much more satisfying. Nope. Stupid thing. At least you're red, so you show up on the floor. Making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. Two more of these. Nope. Oh, that's awesome. It has so much articulation. That's awesome. I love that. All right, now we're going to do some tail armor. L4 and 7. And this is where this is going to get really nice. This is going to go from, oh, that's kind of cool, to, oh, wow. And 12. All right. I don't know what is equivalent, Hardy. I don't know how the I don't know equivalent exchange for that. But how you doing? All right. So this that goes there, and then we do another one. 5 and 8. $11. And I like how the numbers increased. It was 1,000 and now it's 1,200. I've told you guys I can't do 1,000 anyways. Not right now. Like, my fitness is not that good right now. So 1,200 is like, no. I don't know why the number's going up with my fitness going down. I honestly do not know the last time I've had Taco Bell. Not something I enjoy. Something a little more grit. There we go. 1250. No. We're going up. Why are we going up? That's the opposite. Okay. And take this, take this. This is going to be one of those moments where the work is worth it. You get a little ways in and it really comes together. But this, excuse me. I don't think that's how that works. I know math is not as Zwifter's strong suit, but this is getting ridiculous. That's how it works? Okay. I'm glad you checked. 1270. This isn't bidding! Unless you're giving this money to charity and then we'll talk. Or you're buying more Zoids, then I might actually also accept it. I can be swayed. Buy me Gojulus the Ogre, we'll talk. I think everybody here has failed math, is what this is, Rice. That's what we're discovering. Alright. So, I'm gonna assume 1. If only it worked that way, see? You're sleeping in honors algebra. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I got a D in calculus. Actually, pre-calc. I hated calculus. Fake numbers. I'm sorry, but as soon as you add in imaginary numbers and literally call them imaginary numbers, I have no respect for your math anymore. Now you're just making stuff up. Yeah, see, geometry and stuff, I was fine. Like, I was really good at math until we got into calculus stuff. And I'm just like, this is all fake. I'm sorry, but I being like -1 or whatever it was is just, no. Nope. That's where I draw the line. Like, I'm sorry, but if you want me to pay attention, don't literally call them imaginary. What if we call it? It's not any different. Implying that numbers aren't real is not going to help me want to do them. I can tell you that much. And there we go. This one. There we go. Mini barbecue tongs. And that is, as I fling one halfway across the studio. Because I'm sure this will then end up here. And this end up here. That's Let's see. Oh, you don't even get to put those on. Like, you don't get the satisfaction of putting it together until the last step. Yeah. They don't give you the satisfaction of seeing the whole thing put together until the very last step. It's literally all the way back here. That's mean. But that is about a 3-hour stream, so I'm gonna go ahead and call it there. It's been pretty good. I don't often get to do this long of streams. So hopefully you enjoyed. Rookie number 3 hours. I took PTO for this. No, I probably will be riding tomorrow. I probably will be doing Tour de Zwift tomorrow. Whether it'll be a midday or afternoon, I don't know yet. But I am taking another PTO day tomorrow. I am actually legitimately getting paid to do this. I just have too much PTO hours. I accrue PTO like nobody's business. It's kind of ridiculous. It upset Penguin because I basically... Yeah. Would you like to share said PTO? No. I work because I get a paycheck. I don't enjoy what I do. I'm not gonna lie, there's a reason I took 2 days of PTO. If I enjoyed what I did, I wouldn't do this. But no, I've got some other stuff that I'm gonna take care of. And I'd imagine Penguin is probably getting close to done. I work in benefits, so if you've ever dealt with anything benefits related, benefits and death claims, it's wonderful. It's just a paycheck. That's all it is. So yeah, I just basically wanted it was chaos the last like 3 months, so I wanted some time. And I had to cover somebody last week for Monday, Tuesday, so I told them, well, you're covering my Monday, Tuesday this week then. And they said yes, so... and we also have the beginning of the year where everybody gets upset because their benefits aren't what they expected, what they were. Well, I elected into medical this, and... No, you didn't. Well, my kid's not covered. That's on you. It's what we deal with consistently. My money's not in my account. Well, because you didn't do it. So, end of year and beginning of year is absolutely miserable in benefits. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go finish relaxing for the day. I will do another stream tomorrow. I mean, you guys are getting like 4 streams in a row. You guys never get this. You've had a stream on Saturday, you had a stream on Sunday, you had a stream today, and you're gonna stream tomorrow. So, you guys never get this many streams, so you should be excited. I will try to hold off on building any more of this off stream. I will try to do more on stream. I have done a streamathon. I will never do that again. I have done 24 hours straight multiple times. Yeah, C knows. C knows. C has been there for that. I have done 24-hour streams. I refuse to do them ever again. They suck. They're miserable. They're not fun. By the time you get to the end of them, you are absolutely miserable. And if you haven't been eating, if you try to have coffee at like 1 in the morning, you want to end up in the bathroom. Yeah, no, I learned my lesson. They're not beneficial. They don't. I used to do them for charity fundraising, and they really were not super, like, comparatively to the 5 days of streaming we would do before, they didn't do what we would want them to do. Oh yeah, Hardy, Barty's done something like that. Riding for 24 hours, I feel like is a little bit different. I mean, obviously it's more strenuous, but it's also, I don't know, there's something different about that. Ultra endurance is a little bit different when it comes to physical activity versus just mental. I always, all the life clones, the 24-hour streams I've done have all been for charity. I've done, I think, 3 or 4 I think. So yeah, no, I've done a couple of them. I've done my fair share and know that I would not suggest them to anybody. They're not beneficial. And this is like, you know, obviously this is nothing against anybody who took part in them prior, but it ends up being just a bunch of people that are just leaving their stream on to help you have numbers. There's very few people that are actually present unless you've prearranged for people to join you. You're just sitting there playing games, and people are very rarely actually motivated to be interested. If, like, during EU hours, if you don't have an EU crowd, there's gonna be nobody there unless you've asked people to join you in games. So it just doesn't even make sense. Yeah, no, Hardy, it's tough. It's tough. It was highly not suggested. I've seen people try them, and they're never good. They never turn out like you think they might. It's just dragging on. You can get to about 12 hours competently, but after you get about 12 hours, you kind of start to fade, and you aren't as engaging, and you're falling asleep. And then maybe the last, like, 2 hours, you kind of get back to it. But until that point, like, hours 12, 13 through 21, 22, you're just not there. You are not interesting. You're not motivated. You're not entertaining. It just sucks. Not true. Never get down on yourself like that. It's always about finding the right thing that makes it interesting. I say that as I'm sitting in front of a model kit that I've just been zoning out on for 3 hours or so. Anyways, I'm rambling, so I'm gonna leave. I will let you know when I plan on continuing this. Will I finish this on the next stream? Probably not. This would probably be 2 more streams, would be my guess, because of how many pieces there still are left. There's front legs, back legs, and then a slew of armor. This character model has a lot. This entire back piece is probably almost as much as we've done here. So I'd imagine 2 or 3 more 1 or 2 more streams. But yeah, I might do some off stream. I might do some on stream. I don't know. But I'll keep you all posted. I hope you enjoyed. And I should be back in some semblance for tomorrow. I mean, if I'm not feeling like physically great, then maybe I'll do another Zoid stream, but I'll probably do a Zwift stream tomorrow. That's the plan. But yeah, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye.
Rock the party. Come on and just rock.